This ingenious soldier has been locked in an epic battle with enemy snipers for months, making fools of them, but he is about to meet his match. A young boy named Vassili is learning all about how to hunt a wolf from his grandfather. His grandfather teaches him to be as still as a stone and to put snow in his mouth so that the wolf can't see his breath rising in the cold air. They have left a horse out as bait for the wolf. The wolf starts rushing toward the horse, and Vasili's grandfather tells him to shoot. Vassili is shaking with nervousness and shoots a little bit late. Next, the year is 1942, and a much older Vassili is on a train full of Soviet soldiers and civilians. Vassili notices a beautiful young woman named Tanya reading a book, but as she looks at him, he quickly looks away. The train stops, the civilians are allowed to get off, and more soldiers are forced to board. It is revealed that the train is heading to the city of Stalingrad, where these soldiers will be deployed to fight the Nazis, who are currently at the height of their power, having taken over most of Europe, and now setting their sights on Asia. However, to get to Asia, they need to get through the Soviet Union. The train arrives at Stalingrad, and the sight that the soldiers see scares them so much that they try to back out. However, they are forced out of the train and put on boats to cross the river and reach the docks of Stalingrad. On the boat, one of the generals reads the letters that Soviet mothers have written to their sons on the front lines in order to raise morale. However, morale quickly drops as German planes start bombing and shooting at the boats. Several soldiers get hit and die, and others try to jump out of the boats to save their lives. The ones that jump out are labeled traitors by the Soviet generals and shot. Vassili is among those who somehow manage to make it to the docks unharmed. At the docks, the soldiers are provided weapons. However, only 1 out of 2 soldiers is given a rifle, and the other soldier is instructed that if the first soldier should fall, he should pick up the rifle and continue fighting. Vassili is not among those who get a rifle. Next, the soldiers arrive at the front line of the Battle of Stalingrad, and the Soviet generals make it clear that if any soldier tries to retreat, he will be treated as a traitor and shot. The young soldiers charge forward valiantly, but the Nazis outnumber and outgun them easily. They realize that it is no use, and decide to run back, but are shot by the Soviet generals for treason. The entire scene turns into a horrible slaughter from which the Nazis emerge victorious. Bodies of Soviet soldiers cover the ground in every direction. Sometime later, the car of a Soviet officer named Danilov arrives at the spot of the battle. German tanks fire at the car and cause it to crash. Danilov comes out of the car and hides in a fountain where the bodies of hundreds of Soviet soldiers are lying. German soldiers arrive and Danilov pretends to be dead. The German soldiers randomly shoot the bodies to make sure that no one is left alive, but luckily, they miss Danilov. He gets up and sees a German general getting ready to bathe amidst the ruins. Danilov grabs the rifle of his fallen comrade and prepares to shoot the general, but just then, he hears someone telling him not to do that. It is revealed to be Vassili, who also survived by pretending to be dead. Vassili tells Danilov that if he shoots, he will give away their position. There is continuous bombing happening in the distance, and Vassili suggests that he shoot when a bomb drops, so that the sound of the weapon is not heard. Danilov decides to hand the weapon to Vassili, who is clearly more experienced. Just then, more German soldiers arrive, and Danilov thinks that there is no point in shooting now. However, Vassili is revealed to be an excellent marksman, and he shoots at the exact time when a bomb drops, so that the soldiers can't hear the shot. One by one, he manages to take out all the German personnel before they even figure out what is going on. Danilov and Vassili escape, and Danilov, who is revealed to be a political officer, writes and prints the story of Vassili's heroic act in the newspaper. Next, a senior general named Nikita arrives at Stalingrad to speak to all the political officers and take their suggestions on how to motivate the Soviet soldiers to fight harder. Most of the officers suggest making examples of soldiers that retreat and shooting them, but Danilov disagrees. He says that if the only choice the soldiers have is being shot by the Germans or being shot by their own generals, they will not be very motivated. He says that they need examples, but positive ones. Examples that inspire. They need heroes. Nikita asks him if he knows any, and Danilov replies that he knows one. Next, Danilov meets Vassili at a printing factory and reveals that his story, written by Danilov, is being published on the front page. Consequently, he is being promoted to the Snipar division. They are about to become famous. Both men are incredibly happy at this. Over the next few months, Vassili becomes a crucial member of the Snipar division, killing more than 50 high-ranking German officers, and his stories continue to be published in the newspaper, making him a national hero, beloved by all. One day, while on the job, Vassili is approached by a young boy named Sacha. Vassili is Saka's hero, and Sacha invites Vassili to his house to meet his mother. Saka's mother is delighted to meet Vassili and decides to make him some dinner. At Saka's, Vassili and Danilov run into Tanya, the girl Vassili saw on the train. She is Saka's neighbor. Both men are clearly attracted to her. At the German headquarters, a legendary sniper, Erwin Koenig, is called in to deal with the problem of Vassili because he keeps killing crucial Nazi generals, which is bad for morale. The Nazi senior officer asks Koenig how he is going to find Vassili, and Koenig replies that Vassili will find him. Next, Vassili is awakened and called in to deal with a German sniper causing trouble. Vassili arrives on the scene and makes short work of the sniper. Meanwhile, Danilov offers Tanya a job at the headquarters because she can speak German, which is a valuable skill. He tells her that she can do a lot more good intercepting German communications than being a foot soldier. Tanya is more interested in fighting on the ground. Vassili and his colleague Ludmila decide to go into the building to collect the sniper's dog tag for Vassilis' record. But when they go inside, they realize that it is a trap. The sniper that Vassili shot is actually just a mannequin, and the real sniper, Koenig, is hiding and waiting for them. Vassili and Ludmila hide, but just then, German planes arrive, dropping bombs on the buildings. Ludmila shouts that they need to run out, but Vassili says that they can't, because if they move, the sniper will shoot them. Ludmila doesn't listen and gets shot, while Vassili escapes. Next, it is revealed that Koenig has managed to befriend Sasha and is using him to gain information on Vassili. Vassili arrives to meet Danilov and tells him all about his encounter. He says that whoever the sniper was, he's the best that Vassili has ever faced. Danilov reveals that the sniper is named Koenig, and he is the best marksman in Germany. He's been sent specifically to fight Vassili. Danilov is very happy, because he thinks when Vassili wins this duel between two snipers, it will be very good for the Soviet propaganda newspapers. Vassili isn't so sure he can win, but Danilov reassures him. Danilov assigns Kulikov, a former student of Koenig, with Vassili Tanya, who now works at the headquarters, meets Vassili and wishes him the best of luck. Next, Vassili has a dream that reveals he actually missed while hunting the wolf as a young boy, and his horse was ripped to shreds. This is a sign of Vassilis' doubt in his abilities. Next, Vassili, Kulikov, and a soldier named Volodya set off on a mission to lure out Koenig so that Vassili can snipe him. They snipe a couple of common soldiers to let Koenig know Vassili is here. It works, and Koenig arrives on scene. However, Volodya gets captured, unbeknownst to Vassili and Kulikov. Koenig sends out Volodya in a German uniform, and when Kulikov shoots him, thinking he is a German soldier, Koenig figures out their position. Vassili and Kulikov try to trick Koenig into revealing his position by waving a helmet in a window, but Koenig doesn't fall for it. Instead, he figures out that they are going to be jumping through a blasted wall and shoots Kulikov mid-jump, an incredible feat. Vassili returns to base and tells Danilov that Koenig is too good. He can't win. Danilov says that they have someone close to Koenig passing them info, and next time they'll know of his movements in advance, giving Vassili an edge. Danilov asks Vassili to talk to Tanya. She wants to join the sniper division, and Danilov wants Vassili to talk her out of it. Vassili tells Tanya the horrors of being a sniper, but Tanya tells him that the reason she wants to join is that she recently learned that the Nazis have killed her parents. Vassili understands. Meanwhile, Koenig bribes Sasha with luxury food to learn of Vassilis' movements and position himself accordingly in a factory. Meanwhile, Vassili also learns of Koenig's movements through Danilov's intelligence. He uses some pipes in the factory to come up behind Koenig. However, Koenig notices the pipes moving and changes his position. As soon as Vassili and his partner come out of the pipes and reveal themselves, Koenig shoots at them. Vassili's partner gets shot, and Vassili himself hides behind a small desk. His rifle falls away from him. Vassili tells his injured partner to go back. Just then, planes fly overhead, causing glass from the roof to fall down. Koenig sees Vassili's reflection in the glass. Vassili's injured partner returns to base and tells Tanya what happened. Tanya rushes to help Vassili, despite Danilov trying to stop her. As Tanya arrives on scene, she and Vassili come up with a plan. Meanwhile, Koenig sees Vassili speaking to someone, but he doesn't know who, and he starts panicking. Tanya grabs one of the large pieces of glass and reflects light into Koenig's eyes, blinding him. This gives Vassili a chance to grab his rifle. He shoots right at Koenig, but the bullet only manages to hit Koenig's hand. Nursing his injured hand, Koenig returns home and gets more info from Sasha. Meanwhile, Vassili and Tanya return to base and celebrate with the rest of the Snipar unit. Vassili explains to Tanya that every soldier here knows they will eventually die, so every night they get to come back alive is a celebration. The two bond over a conversation about their dreams and goals in life after the war ends. Later at night, the two secretly make love awkwardly while the rest of the unit sleeps literally right next to them. Get a room, guys. Danilov and Vassili's relationship starts to get sour as Danilov starts getting a hint that something is going on between Tanya and Vassili. It gets worse when Vassili learns that Danilov's source of intelligence is Sasha, who is playing double agent with Koenig. Vassili can't believe that Danilov is risking a little boy's life. Based on Saka's intelligence, Vassili waits for Koenig outside a chemical factory, but after waiting for too long, he starts getting sleepy and misses when Koenig arrives. Koenig spots Vassili, but his shot is interrupted by a soldier collecting IDs from dead bodies. Vassili pretends to be dead, and the soldier collects his ID. Due to this, rumors start spreading that Vassili has died. Koenig's superiors tell him that Vassili is dead, so he can go home, but Koenig doesn't believe it. Meanwhile, Danilov, who now thinks Vassili is dead, continues to try and win Tanya's affection, but to no avail. Koenig gets suspicious of Sasha and tells only him about a new hiding spot at the train station where he will actually kill Vassili. Vassili returns to base and looks for Tanya. Sasha reveals that he told her about Koenig waiting at the train station. Vassili realizes that Tanya, who thinks he is dead, has probably gone to avenge him. Sure enough, Vassili arrives at the train station and finds Tanya there. The two kiss. Danilov sees this and gets enraged. Koenig sees this, and his suspicions about Sasha are confirmed. The next time he sees Sasha, he kills the little boy by hanging him in clear sight at the train station for all to see. Tanya sees the sight of Sasha hanging and loses control in anger and grief. Vassili brings her under control because he knows that this is exactly what Koenig wants. He promises Tanya that he will kill Koenig. Next, Danilov and Tanya arrive to evacuate Saka's mother out of the city, and instead of telling her that Sasha died, they just tell her that he betrayed the Soviets and went to work for the Germans. She is devastated, but comforted by the thought that at least Sasha is on the winning side, so he will be alive and safe. On the way to the evacuation boat, a bomb falls near the trio, knocking Tanya out. A piece of shrapnel is revealed to have penetrated Tanya's abdomen. Thinking she is dead, a devastated Danilov leaves, but Saka's mother convinces the doctors to put Tanya on the boat and give her medical attention. Danilov arrives at the train station, where Vassili and Koenig are locked in a sniper duel. Danilov tells Vassili that Tanya has died. He apologizes to Vassili and tells him that he is a good man. He says that the Soviets were fools to think they could create an equal society where no man would envy another. People aren't just rich in money. They can be rich in love and gifts, too. Then, he says he wants to do something good in his life, as a final act. He says he wants to reveal Koenig's location for Vassili. Before Vassili can stop him, he puts his head out as a target, and when Koenig shoots him, his position is revealed. Thinking he has shot and killed Vassili, Koenig steps out to confirm the kill. But unbeknownst to him, Vassili is waiting for him behind a train. Finally, Vassili takes his shot and hits Koenig right in the head, ending the epic duel. 2 months later, the tide of the war has shifted, and the Nazis have surrendered to the Soviet Union. Vassili arrives at a crowded hospital and reunites with Tanya, who is alive and well. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.